Hello there everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you cannot tell by the title or the extravagant thumbnail of today's video, then the reason that this one is super exciting is because I'm going to be showing you my car, and oh my god, I can't believe this day is finally here. If you know me in real life, or I might have mentioned this on my channel before, I passed my test in March 2017. So it's been just over 4 years since I actually passed, and I didn't get a car straight away, mainly because at the time I suppose I probably could have afforded it-ish, but not really enough to maintain it. And also I was moving to university, I knew I was coming to uni, and so it didn't really make sense for me to have a car when I was living in the city centre and was able to walk to uni, walk to the shops, just walk to anywhere that I needed to be. So that's the reason why I never had a car then, and it's reached a point over the last year or so where I could have had a car and it kind of would have been worth it, especially since we've moved to this house, because we no longer live in the city centre anymore. Things aren't always in walking distance. In fact, a lot of things aren't in walking distance for the places where I go and need to go. And I've been very reliant on Charlie for a long time now to do things like the food shopping and take me to work and just do general day-to-day activities, which is great, and she doesn't mind it, but I could have done with my own car. However, the thing that was stopping me was obviously finances, because cars are expensive and I don't have tons and tons of money. So it kind of brings me on to the reason that this car is very special. And that is because of its name. This car is called Doris, and I don't think I really spoke about this much on my channel or anywhere in particular because it didn't really feel right at the time. But last year in 2020 I lost my great nan, and my great nan was called Doris, so this car is named after my nan. This car is called Doris and I think it's so fitting. I absolutely love it. And the reason I've got this car is because my nan left me some money behind, and that's what's paid for this car and my insurance and things. So yeah, without that I wouldn't have this, and I think it's just so special to have like my first car bought for me, essentially, like by my nan. It's something that's really sentimental and something that I'll never ever forget. Like every time I'm in it, it's always like a nice little reminder. Quite sad as well, obviously, but it's just a reminder, and I'm really grateful and thankful for that. Yeah, so moving on from that sad note, I am now the proud owner of a cute little red Ford Ka. It's not brand new. I can't imagine myself ever buying a brand new car. There's nothing wrong with a second-hand car, I don't think. If there's any like car freaks watching this, I can give you a bit of information. It's obviously a red Ford Ka, as I said. I bought it with 15,000 miles, well 15,294 to be precise. And it's a 2012 model, so I think for the age that the car is, that amount of mileage is just ridiculous and unheard of, and that's why I've ended up with this, because I couldn't turn down such a good deal. It really was irresistible. I don't think I would have got many of the car like choices that were like this, if that makes sense. As you can probably see, it's a very small car. I've gone for a 3-door, so the 2 doors at the front and the boot, because realistically I don't need anything big. I just need something to get me from A to B. And when it comes to things like going on holidays and staycations and things, Charlie's car is a Vauxhall Corsa. It's a 5-door and it's much bigger, so we will take Charlie's car instead. This is purely just to take me to work, especially since I'll be working full-time from August, take me food shopping, just take me wherever I need to be, if that makes sense. I don't really know much else to tell you, to be honest. I'm not a car like genius. I don't know much about them, but I did get my granddad to check this over and he assured me that it was a good car, and so that's why I've ended up with it. Now, I've rambled for about 5 minutes and I think it's probably just time to show you the car, as that's what most people are all here for. I just wanted to do a cheeky little introduction inside it for a change. So I'm going to take you outside and show it you, but I probably will do it in voiceovers because it's quite windy out there today and I don't just want it to be wind and like my tiny voice in the background. So I'll show you around and I might voice over the clips afterwards, who knows, we'll see. Okay, so I've just come back inside and I know that car tour was kind of short and sweet, but there's really no point in me doing anything any more in depth than that. Ignore the massive pile of Easter chocolate. I'm filming this on Easter Monday, so you'll see a little bit more of that in this week's vlog. But yeah, that's my car and I can't believe I'm able to say that. I'm really gobsmacked and so happy with it. I do think I should mention that there are obviously L plates on the car, as you would have probably seen in the clips. But the reason for that is, one, I couldn't find any P plates in any of the supermarkets, which, you know, fair enough, it's not really that common, I think, to have a P plate on the car. But as I said, I passed 4 years ago, so I don't really feel comfortable driving around without any plates on, and I'm currently not driving around without Charlie in the car with me. So I've got the L plates on and I have driven the car. I've driven it 3 times to Asda and back, like different routes to our like local food shop, because that's kind of where I go the most at the minute. So I wanted to master that. So I've technically done like 6 journeys if you count in like their back, their back, their back. That was 7, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm kind of trying to master that, and at the minute I've only really driven in the dark because it's quieter and I don't mind driving in the dark. So I've driven in the dark because there's less people on the roads, but I will eventually get earlier and earlier, and hopefully the L plates will be coming off very soon, or not very soon but soon enough, because I really want to try and learn to drive this car quickly. It is a bit of getting used to because I have been driving Charlie's before getting this so that I could try and learn again. But yeah, it's a bit of getting used to it. It's slightly different. It's very sensitive, I would describe it. I'm sure there's probably a more mechanical word for it, but all of the pedals are very sensitive in comparison to what I'm used to with Charlie's. And the one thing that I do like about it actually is that it restarts itself if you stall. Which probably doesn't matter to anybody else, but I have stalled the car a few times, and so it just restarts itself when you put the clutch down, which is really handy. I've also driven it round the drive-through on the way to Asda. I filled up my first tank of petrol, so maybe I'll insert a few pictures here of me doing those things, because of course I had to document the first time I filled up my petrol tank and my first transaction at the McDonald's drive-through. Anyway, as I said, I'm very happy with the car, very grateful for it, kind of over the moon about it, not gonna lie. Although I'm very excited to go and take it to be cleaned when the proper car valet is open, because there are a few bits that aren't as, not perfect, but just aren't as clean as I would like. So I'm going to do a little bit myself. You'll probably notice that the windows are very mucky. It had quite a drive on the motorway to get here. But yeah, I'll do a few bits myself, but really I want to go and get it properly valeted. The last thing that I want to show you guys is this little cute red bag that Charlie bought me to celebrate getting my car. She bought me a load of red accessories, and to start with she filled up the back of the car with red balloons everywhere, which have now been popped and taken down so that I can film this video. But to go with those, you'll probably see in the thumbnail or on my Instagram, I also had a little red bow to put on the front. Obviously didn't stick it down because ain't nobody taking the paint off my car and I've just bought it, but got one of those. She got me some dashboard wipes. These are just the ones that she uses, so I'll be able to give those a go. Very excited to have another thing to clean in my life. And then she got me a phone holder. Obviously I don't go on my phone whilst I drive, but we would be using our phones as sat navs just like I do in Charlie's car, which, to be honest, I know I said I'm driving to like places that I know my way to, but hopefully if Boris lets us have the summer that he's promised us, I will be able to take it a little bit further afield, or drive to my grandma's house in London and things like that. So I've got a phone holder to have my little sat nav up and to listen to my music with. And then the last few things that she bought me are a Jelly Belly cherry, that's a real tongue twister, Jelly Belly cherry air freshener, like one of the circular ones to put in the drinks holder. And then I've got these ones that you put on your air vents, because I really love cherry smelling cars. There's just something about them, isn't there? To be honest, I think usually we have the car scents, so maybe I'll get some of those, but these These are really, really nice as well. They're just a little bit more sweet, I think. Really happy with those, so thank you very much to Charlie for that, and thank you to all of you guys for watching this video. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, and that's about it really. I just wanted to do a little video to celebrate getting my car and just to put that out there into the universe that yes, I finally got a car. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a little like and comment down below. Let me know if you like the car. I'm so happy with it. I really am happy that I chose a red one. I was also looking at a black one, but red was the way forward all the way. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you all very soon in the next video. Goodbye.